Hello, Internet. I'm Matt Haas. Lots of updates for you today. A whole lot of them. Who is in the house? Yeah, I did. I thought I fixed that. Anyway, all good, all good. Hello, End of Trading. It's dropping the Mario emoji right away. I think. Sort of, kind of. Oh my goodness, what do we got here? John Venturini, my producer. What does a client mock-up, a fixed furnace, a raspberry, and a Starliner have in common? I don't know, but I will find out in mere minutes. Today is Wednesday. This is Good Morning Haas.
Good morning, Haas. The show you can't miss. Rocking and rolling.
Matt Haas leading the way. Get ready to groove. It's pure bliss. Join the fun. It's a brand new day. I do like it's pure bliss. I think I'm going to change the tagline to the show. Good morning, Haas. Sub-tagline. It's pure bliss. Come on. I think that's gold. Get into that here in a minute. You demand. Wit is in the house. That's Mr. Wit Profit. Check out Hugh Demand for all your sports ball needs. Sammy Superstar says hello. Hello to you. Yeah. All right. Let's show you what I got going on here. This is the mock-up I gave to my client. It's not 100% perfect, but it shows what I needed it to show. It shows that these are holes. They call these pockets in the CNC world. So it doesn't go all the way through the wood. This will be engraved, and these little slats will hold hooks to grab onto the arrow. There's a physical arrow from a bow and arrow that will hang there. So I've got that out to the client. As soon as he approves it, I will make it and show all of you very fine people. Oh, check it out. You should try and learn how to play that on the keyboard. Well, that is a good suggestion. I'll get right on that. I do like that. Yeah. What have you done, John Venturini? You've started a monster here on my channel with all this great producer insight. I am not even Apple, but subscribe to their shows. Oh, awesome. End of Trading. I can dig it. Oh, because he's talking about, are you going to Creator Camp? Yes, I am going to Creator Camp. And yeah. As a matter of fact, there's another guy, Saeed. He's a very active member of the community. He's on PC, and he's sucking up all the knowledge because the software I use to put this stuff on screen is called Ecamm, and they just have a lot of content creation advice that doesn't pertain to the actual software, and it's great knowledge source. Yeah, for sure. Britta Aller is back. Say hello to my friend Britta. Good morning to you. George Canellis is back as well. Says good morning with coffee and wood. I dig that. How are you, George? Glad to have you here. Followed by Space Camp. Hashtag fun fact. Yeah. It's Sammy's fault. Sammy got me into. Did you see my post on Ecamm, Sammy? I called you out because they asked how you learned about Ecamm. There was just a generic post, and they just wanted to kind of get to know people on the Facebook group a little better. And I'm like, it's all Sammy's fault. Way back in the day, I used to use OBS Studio, and I couldn't put a single comment on the screen, and I was getting frustrated. Here comes Sammy with all his brilliant knowledge saying, Matt, you got to use Ecamm because it'll get the job done. And I did, and it's his fault. You're to blame, Mr. Sammy Superstar. Klondike is here. He says, good morning. Good morning to you. That's my friend Sean. Say hi to Sean. Look at this. I'm doing woodworking, at least planning woodworking on the computer, Sean. So I've got that going on. All right. Now, let's get on to some other things. There is a launch today in mere moments. And when I say mere moments, I mean about 2 hours. Where are we at here? 2.5 hours. Whoops, sorry about that. There we go. What is this? This is not a SpaceX endeavor. This is a NASA endeavor with United Space Alliance. They're launching Boeing's Starliner capsule. It is a manned space flight mission, the first one on this new flight system, Starliner from Boeing. There have been 3 launch failures in a row. This will be the 4th attempt. They tried to do this Monday, or was it Sunday? And they got down to 3 minutes, 55 seconds to launch, and they scrapped it. There were 3 computer systems that needed to fire up and be completely in sync. A main computer system, a secondary, and a tertiary. And it was supposed to happen at around 4.5 minutes to launch. And the 2 of them came online, and the third one was lagging behind. And they're like, can't launch. You got to have the tertiary system running. So they scrapped it. This thing is billions of dollars over budget. It was the traditional model of space management back in the space shuttle days, where essentially everything's bid out to the lowest bidder. It's inefficient. SpaceX, they build their own parts, they source their own parts, they just have a completely different way to get the cost down and the quality up. Very efficient. So this is old school stuff. So the question I have: will it launch? Will the 4th attempt be successful? Now, I pray that there is no catastrophic failures, because it is a manned spaceflight system and nobody wants that. But I would bet dollars to donuts it's not happening. But I'm very much rooting for it. And then tomorrow, the 6th, today is the 5th of June. The 6th of June is the 4th flight of the super heavy SpaceX with Starship. You know, the thing that can carry 100 people into space. This is the fourth flight. And man, have they hardened that spacecraft. They bolted on all kinds of extra hardening structures and stuff like that. It's gonna be nuts. What do we got here? David W. Ryan says, whoop, come on, David. Have they tried turning it off and on again? That's funny. Yeah, I know, right? Right. Jan 2nd of 2020, you did your first stream on Ecamm. Just checked. Your stream has improved so much. You're to blame, sir. It's all your fault. And I love it. No, I'm teasing you, Sammy. People make fun of me. Sammy is my go-to technical person for advanced streaming concepts and computer hardware. I mean, the guy is a wealth of knowledge, and he's just a young kid, basically. I know you're an adult. He's in college, but to me, you're just a young kid. But I don't let labels stop me. I go to the best in my life. And if the best is a young kid with super knowledge of everything. I bought computers based on Sammy. I bought software based on Sammy. He's a wealth of knowledge. True. Did they check the TCP IP settings? Did they clear out their cookies? Did they want this dog? Good Lord. Looks like they had to turn it off when they turned it back on again. Oh, I can't keep up. I can't keep up. An iPhone has more computing power than the entire lunar missions. They would have had this figured out by now. Yeah, they had to reboot when they did the moon landing, and the reboot cycle took 1.5 seconds when they rebooted the machine. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. And I don't want to get too far into it. On the Apollo 11 lunar landing, they were concerned that they would have to erase the whole computer system and reinstall it on the spacecraft with no connection to the Earth because, you know, you're 1.5 light seconds away. you're thousands of miles away from Earth. And the way they did it, you're not going to believe it. This sounds like I'm BSing you. They had a woven fabric that could be read by a machine. And if the loops were over under, it was a 0. And if it was under over, it was a 1. And so if they needed to, they could erase all the computer systems, run this fabric over like a scanner, and it would look at the weaving, and it would reset the computer. What? It's amazing. It's amazing. I know. I'm getting way off topic here with all this shenanigans. You got to study with the streaming, and that's what I did. Great. I love it. Okay, let me also show you some other fun stuff here. So just so we're clear, go Starliner. I hope it works. I'm skeptical of this old model of doing business where the lowest bidder wins and there's really too many chiefs, and I don't know. I just the new way is better. All right, so let me show you this. Furnace. My furnace went out. I had no air conditioning for 2 days. It was kind of a mess. But I know a guy. He came over. He diagnosed the problem just from the phone call. It was this blower here on the bottom, and the motor was out. He snipped these wires. He was like, it was amazing watching him. Let me explain what this guy did. He came in. He knew exactly what to do. He ripped everything out, took everything apart, removed the old part, put the new part in, got it all back together, reconnected all the wires, put it all back, shut it all down, turned it on, and it worked right from the get-go. Now, that's just not my philosophy. I would once I started putting things back together, I would test it, and before he had the confidence to just. Now he did take it off and he did a manual test. He goes, see how hard it is to spin the impeller. He says, yeah, it's seized up. This is exactly what's wrong. So he did test it, but once he took it all apart, like he didn't stop and test each step of the way. He did all the steps to put it back together. It was all buttoned up. He goes, now turn it on. Let's test it. And we went through all the tests, and it was perfect. Like, how do you know to do that? Like, how did he have the knowledge? And he goes, well, I'm a Bryant rep, and he's got access to their database. The name of my furnace, I was like, dude, you're amazing. Amazing. And it cost me way less than it would have if I'd have got anyone else in here. Now, it was $400. But he told me straight up, because if you had anyone else in here, this would have been triple the amount. And I believe him. He's a trustworthy guy. My younger brother managed a whole fleet of offices on the East Coast for his previous job. He was a facilities manager, and this is the guy he would hire. So a friend. He's technically a friend of the family. When I called him up, he says, My goodness, you Haas's are having all kinds of problems because he does work on my brother's house, he does work on my father's house, and he does some work on my house. I was like, yeah, hey, we're keeping you in business. So I got that going. I know. Yeah. Always have a hard time spinning the impeller. Don't you know it? I have memberships here. Sammy Superstar is a level 2 member. Thank you for being a member. They get verbal shout outs as a level 2 member. Go check out Sammy Superstar on the YouTubes. Level 3 members are the Venture Forward and Rich Vibes. They also get their name in gold as a level 3 member. And they get their name on the screen. That's the level 3 perk. So we got that going on. Get on my email list, folks. Sending out those email newsletters are very popular. I send once a week. It recaps everything I've done across all my channels, not just Awesome Fun Things. It's a light touch, super insightful, and it's a way that if you miss something, you can pinpoint exactly what you want. Oh, there's the Mario. Did I do any Mario sounds? Okay, here we go. I have to do a Mario sound. Yesterday, David W. Ryan got the emoji in there first. Who will be the first one today? John, you got in early. This one doesn't count. But drop the Mario emoji if you have access to it because you are a member. And I'm keeping track. Whoever has the most points at the end of the week will be the winner. Winner chicken dinner. There he went. Okay. Now it's official. Coin and the Mario. All right. 1 point Venturini, 1 point David W. Ryan. It's a tie. Who will be the tiebreaker tomorrow? Tune in and I will let you know. Good luck, Starliner. And I hope I get approval for my project build. I'll show you what that looks like. Oh, you just missed it, David W. Ryan. Just missed it. Ding, 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 ding. I love it. Okay, I got to go. I love you all. Take care. Bye.